niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road.
Man, I got a real special one today, man. I got a real special day. We was on a brief timeout, so when I came back into the game, I said I got to start off with a real special guest, man. I got today my main man, Stan Long. You know him as an author, a filmmaker, motivational speaker, CEO and co-host of Spotlight over the city. Also, he got a drink that we're going to talk about a little later on. Right, I don't really drink, but it's looking so good, man. I might gotta take a sip, man.
You see me trying.
Man, thanks for coming on, Big Stan.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
Thanks for coming on, man.
I want to say, man, first of all, it's a pleasure to be on your platform. You're one of the most respected dudes in this whole city, man, for a reason. You always been one of the most solid guys. So I just appreciate you having me on.
Man, I appreciate, man, the love, man. Definitely, man. There's only one way to be, man. You just say, you describe yourself the same way, man. Definitely, man. Before I start, man, I want to give a shout out, man, to the lovely, lovely wife, man, Miss Terry, man. Gotta give her a shout out, man. What's that? Kentland?
What it say? Kentland's fine. What's that? Kentland Zoo. Over there, Kentland Zoo. Hey, one of the hardest working women in show business.
Man, definitely, man. So let's take from the top, man. Where you grew up at, man? Tell us a little about your childhood.
So basically, I'm like a nomad, man. Really don't see me like. So I grew up. I moved to DC from Virginia when I was almost 1. So I was in like 9 months. So we moved to Girard, uptown. And then we stayed there for a little bit. Then we moved over to Fairmont. And then I ended up on Eastern Avenue over Northeast. And, ultimately we ended up in Maryland. But for the most part, we bounced around a lot because my mother worked for the Department of Defense.
Okay.
So it's like being in the military. Right. You have to move around a lot. So I even lived in Philly. I lived in New York. I lived in Delaware. And then we would always migrate back to the city. So I always kind of migrated back here. Even though I even lived in Baltimore. Shout out B-more for a while. My father's side from Baltimore. Okay. And my mother's side from the Marylands, Maryland. So I was back and forth. Even growing up in school and stuff like that, I would go back and forth.
So you're a DC/East Coast baby, man.
I'm East Coast, man.
Yeah, damn, man.
I'm coasting, man.
East Coast baby,
yeah,
man.
Charlotte, all over the place, man. Atlanta.
You had some Domino sugar in Baltimore.
What you know about it?
Philly cheesesteak in Philly, man.
Yeah, man. Some Pine Street in Philly.
Chili Bowl down DC, man. You did a lot, man.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? We always lived in the project.
Right, yeah.
Until I got older, we always, like my mother was a single mom. So it was real tough. She didn't have a big income. I remember my mother made like $13,000. And, she was trying to support both of us. So, we moved a lot too because we was almost about to get put out type situation. So you know how you had to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So mom would move us out. I didn't know that at the time. I just thought we was moving around. So yeah.
You must have had a nice set of hands on you, man. You did some fighting trails, man. Coming up, going to all the neighborhoods like that, man.
See, you already know. They gonna play with you when you get around. They gotta see what you made of.
I know your name. That.
So yeah, man, I've been tested.
Exactly. Yeah, but did you have any brush with the law coming up, or how was your upcoming ring?
Man, yes, I did. So shout out to moms. I got a praying mother, man. So I jumped off the porch about 15 years old.
Okay.
And I jumped into the weed game. Shout out Edgewood. I was up Edgewood going hard. And we were dumping pounds up Edgewood. And I ran into some trouble with the weed. And I just got blessed because I would get into trouble. But shout out to Stanley Burrs. I had a Jew lawyer since I was 16 years old. Stanley Burrs, been my lawyer since I was 16 years old. Right? And so Stanley Burrs is a pretty old, sharp dude. And he had a lot of favor with the courts, I'm gonna say that.
Right.
And so did I. And so the weed gang got me in trouble a little bit. But I graduated and quickly progressed to PCP, selling PCP.
Okay.
So I had a water connect from out LA. Shout out to the homie. And I would just remember walking in an apartment and seeing 30-gallon drums sitting in the middle of the floor, right? And so he would give me a couple of gallons to try me out, and I progressed from there. And then I met a New York guy that had a bunch of cocaine.
Right.
And I was dumping the water. I was messing with the water real heavy. And when I met my cocaine guy, I didn't know much about cocaine. Right? My other guys, that's what they was on. Right. I was throwing the water because I had the water connect. You go with your connect, right? And so when I met the little New York guy, I said, well, let me get an eighth and just see what I can do. Right. So I grabbed an eighth of key from the dude, and I just handed it off to one of my little partners around Eastgate. He called me before I pulled off good. He was already on my beeper. Like, you know, that's the beeper day. He beeping me. So, like, he can't be done. I'm double back. He done. He done threw 4.5, like, you know, so Eastgate became my baby. Like, you know, Sam's Place, Eastgate. I moved around.
Right, yeah.
So I'm going to tell you what I would do, big guy. I would meet guys or know guys that was running their hood.
Okay.
Right? They was kind of like big in their neighborhood. Well, the bigger I got in the drug game, I was able to supply them. And so that way I wouldn't have to know the hood, so to speak.
Right.
I wouldn't have to travel in through the hood, so to speak, because my guys had it covered.
Right, yeah.
So even when I came through there, I was hollering at them, and out of respect for them, they gave me my respect, so to speak.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. During that time period, did you ever have a brush with the law or any dangerous situation that, man, you know, this almost could have been something?
Well, I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, give us one. Give us one.
So on my 28th birthday, right? I'm 28. I had a beauty and barber supply store in Bladensburg, right next to the barber school. So if y'all familiar with the barber school in Bladensburg, my store was next door. I opened up a beauty and barber, so I was selling to the students.
Okay.
Right. I was 24, something like that, 25 maybe. And so I had it a few years, and on my 28th birthday, I used to gamble real heavy. So I was on my way to Atlantic City to gamble for my birthday.
Okay.
Right? And so I dropped off a few clippers to a couple of my guys, RIP my guy Anthony over AA Barbershop over Southside. I dropped something off, came back to the store, and I saw a guy across the street. It was a bank across the street. I saw him that morning just standing there. I wasn't even open yet.
Right.
He was back when I came back. He was still standing there, right? So I ain't paying no mind, man. Long story short, 4 gunmen rushed into my store about 10 minutes after I got back from delivering clippers. My homegirl that worked there said, man, they've been calling, hanging up ever since you left. Right? So I knew somebody was playing on it. So before I could get right, they came into the store, 4 gunmen, locked the door, had the mask on, this and that. So for some reason, big guy, I thought it was one of the I thought it was one of my youngest used to play. They play a lot. So I'm thinking, they like, I caught you slipping, right? I thought it was going to be that. So to be honest, I was arrogant at that time. I had a bunch of money. I was young. And I ran with a bunch of hitters. So I wasn't really concerned in my mind. That wasn't for me.
Right.
That ain't going to happen to me.
Right.
What happened to me?
Well, yeah.
They came in there, and it wasn't the homies. He put their pistol in my face, and they tied me up and put me in the back of the store. And, you know, they tried to cut my finger off. They pistol whipped me for about 20 minutes. The whole 9, right? So, you know, me and you both know the game. Normally, you end up, that's where you die. I wouldn't be here talking to you. Normally, I'd be found dead in the back of my store, right? So, I knew one of the guys, because I remember him leaning down in my ear and say, man, give them the money, they're going to kill you. But I recognized
that divorce, right?
So I was like, you know, it's a shock to me because it's supposed to be one of my guys, right? So, you know, there's always somebody you know. And so once he said that, they start easing up a little bit, you know. He said, get up, you coming with us. So they had backed my van to the back of my store, opened up the door with my keys, and they was putting me in the van. Now, if you're a street guy, one thing you do know is don't go nowhere. I'm going to tell y'all, let me tell you something. If you're not thorough enough to know this, don't ever get in a vehicle with nobody that's trying to snatch you. They're going to have to kill you right there. Be thorough enough to take it right there. Don't go, because you're going to die. And so I knew that. So when they told me to get in my MPV van, let the door slide, right? He slid the door back, put me on the bench. And I knew right then, I'm thinking, don't let him close his door. Don't let him close his door. So the moment he went to close the door, I kicked him in his chest. He left. So when they was rewind, when I'm in the store, every time they hit me, I would flinch. So it stretched the phone cord. So I knew I could get away, but I kept my hands out instead of putting them like this because the cord would come loose. I kept it like this so they would know that. So it was in the back of my hands, but I had them open like this. So when I kicked them, I did this and let the cords go off my hand. I fled. So they jump out the van. I'm going to bust you in your back. I'm going to shoot you in your face. Da, da, da. If you've been down on the floor for 20, 30 minutes.
They ain't barbecue yet.
I'm going to have to take my chance.
Yeah.
So I take off and I run. It's a grocery store. So this is in Bladensburg where it's a Checkers it's a Checkers there.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
in the parking lot right there, it's a grocery store. It's like a foreign type of grocery store. Right? So I ran in there. They had a phone. And everybody started running. CB, they running, screaming. So I'm like, because I haven't seen myself. pick up the phone, call the police. I run back to the store because I had to work in there, and I thought they was doing something to her. Right, I wasn't in there by myself. So when I get back to the store, the feds everywhere, police everywhere, this and that. So I've run next door. I'm looking for the young lady that worked in my store. Never seen her to this day. I never seen her to this day, right?
She sound her co-defendant, man. Let me.
Nah, she set me up. So that was a setup, right?
She sound like she was co-defendant.
Yeah, she was co-defendant. So you sharp as a mug too, though. It don't take you but a minute. So yeah, so basically she put the play together and disappeared. But they didn't kill me is the blessing. They didn't kill me, and it was just it took a lot of sharp thinking, but the blessing from God was that they didn't pull that trigger. Yeah. It only take 2 seconds to just bam hit because he said F him, kill him.
Right.
You know, dude, that's when he bent down and said, give him the money, they gonna kill you. Because they wanted him to shoot me.
Right.
And he didn't do it.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, that's just one of them. I had a few of them.
Yeah, right. That
had
was
a few of those incidents.
But man, look, man, as you obviously know, you super blessed to be sitting here.
Super blessed.
Just from that one traumatic moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you had a few other, probably not as that close, but we all do, just waking up every day, especially in that time period, right?
Yeah, I had one even closer. They cocked it and put it in my forehead, put a 357 to my forehead at the gas station. Another little dude supposed to be my partner set me up. $1,200. They put it to my head, and the police said freeze. Never heard a siren. Don't know where. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And he had it to my forehead. When he clicked it, the police said freeze. So he took off running instead of shooting me in my head. And if anybody in the street know that Trey Pounder gonna separate your head from your shoulder, you're not gonna make it.
Damn,
so I faced a lot of that.
Right.
I faced a lot of that, right? Yeah. But for some reason, man, you know, when you jaded by the money, that don't be a deterrent. Unless you're a scary dude. If you're not a scary dude, you reinforce yourself and go faster.
Right, yeah.
And that's what I did at the time, man.
And it's like you had a lot of praying family members, man.
Oh, my God.
You had a lot of prayer, man. That was some blessings right there,
time.
man. Yeah, it was a blessing.
Big time.
You looked at that barrel a couple of times, man.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I done heard them whizzing by my head in the shootout. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I done heard them. I done heard them bullets whizzing past my head, hitting the car.
So then after all that experience, man, now you turn to a serial entrepreneur, man. I mean, a serial entrepreneur, man.
I mean, I asked God to give me a sign. You know, I wanted a sign because I knew I had signed up for being killed in the street. I just thought that would be my fate. Right. I remember my mother asked me, "Do you care if you live or die?" And I said, "Nah, why should you? This is my life." And I remember her hitting the floor crying, and I just walked around her and left. Right? In my mind, that was what I was made for. I was made, I'm going to get much money as I can, and if I die in the street, then so be it. But I just knew that was kind of going to be my fate. So I just accepted it. You know how you accept what's coming to you? I accepted it, but I did have some praying family members, grandmother, mother, praying heavy. So.
Right. And it's crazy because you said you was wanting for God to give you some signs. But he actually gave you a sign when he opened up the hair beauty salon.
Multiple times.
He shows you your entrepreneurial skill set as well. You
Multiple times.
You practice on the legal form, which we all did. You know what I'm saying? But,
well, you know and I know that drug dealing is not just something that drug addicts get addicted to. The seller of drugs, if you sell a lot of drugs, you're going to get addicted to the lifestyle, the money, you know, that kind of stuff. So I was addicted to the lifestyle, right? I had money, but it's something about money that make you want more money. Type of thing. And so it was, you know, as I got money, I would buy bigger things, travel more places, you know, meet more expensive women, this kind of thing. And so ultimately you feeding your ego.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Man, speaking of entrepreneur, guess who we got in the house today?
Who we got?
My main man, Chef Anthony.
Hey, what's happening, bro?
Got these sweet adobo wings. Enjoy adobo.
Okay.
It looks spicy, man.
Oh, yeah. But this is the thing. It's all about what your spice palette can handle.
Okay.
Let me know.
Let me see if I can handle it. Hold on.
Oh, man. It's spicy and tasty.
And that's a hell of a combination right there.
Man, listen. This right here.
Oh, look at that.
Automatic. Okay, good to see you, bro.
Good to see you. Yes,
always.
Sir.
Yes, indeed.
How can they find you?
Yeah, so Chef Anthony DC on Instagram. Fun page, recipes for days. ChefAnthonyThomas.com.
Fun page, recipe for days. Fly.
You see that? Y'all see that?
Y'all enjoy.
Yes, indeed. Don't
Appreciate
go far.
you, man.
All day.
Don't go far.
Make sure y'all check him out, Chef Anthony, man. The chicken is marvelous, man. He got a lot of more food on his page, man, doing this thing, man. Man. So I'm gonna get back to you. I got to get back to you, man.
Do we have to?
I got yeah. I know one take a break on here, right?
What?
But yeah, man, we're gonna get back, man. Entrepreneurship, man. God spared you, man. You had a lot of prayer in your life.
I did.
Let's go from that point, man. You got an entrepreneurship. Man, what was your first business outside of the DVD? I mean, the barbecue store.
Okay. So after the barber, my next business was a rim shop. You know, we was on the rims back in the day. So I had a rim shop with this guy. After the rim shop, I ended up opening up I had a dump truck business. You know, we got into the trucking company. So I had a trucking company. Shout out to my truckers. And we was getting a little money with the dump trucks back then. We was doing our thing. And that's when I started getting into real estate real heavy. I transferred into real estate. And real estate was the first business that I could say I could relate to the street money. I was able to get 50,000 here, 20,000 there, 30,000 there off of deals, which was something that I hadn't experienced since the street. So I fell in love with real estate because I like to take something and make something of it.
Something like, yeah.
Yeah.
You create something, see the creativity. It's funny, I'm thinking about even your first entrepreneurship, it make me think because you was in the streets in the 80s. Then you went to the hair products, you know, hair thing was real big.
Real big.
And then you went to the rim, you know, the cars and rims.
I was going wherever I could get out the street, but still get the bag, though. Yeah.
You still had, you knew it was hot commodity already. Was going to entrepreneurship.
There you go.
You wrote a book.
I wrote a book.
You wrote a book, man.
I wrote a book. I kept it light in that book, too.
Yeah, you kept it light there?
I had to. I would incriminate too many people, and, you know, there was a lot of things going on that, you know, don't meet Rico.
Right.
Thing. So.
What's the title of the book, or how long it take you to write it?
So the book is called The Gangster's Cry.
Gangster's Cry.
And I guess it took me about 8-9 months to write the book. The book was the most therapeutic thing I ever done.
Okay.
Right? I would advise anybody who has trauma or, you know, just want to tell a story to relieve themselves, write a book. Even if you don't publish it, write it. Because the writing is something about writing, putting pen to pad. It does something to you. You know, the Bible said, write it down, make it plain. But it does something to you. So for me, it was therapy. I cried some real tears. It taught me some things about myself and my story while I was writing it that I didn't realize. Like when I was like about 10, this girl that was 21 was molesting me. But I didn't think it was molestation. Because as a boy, if it's a girl, I brag to my homies.
Well, yeah.
I would tell my, hey man, she woo woo woo, and she doing this. And they thought I was playing. Because I was so young. And she was a bad sister, though. She wasn't like no slouch. And so they're like, man, she don't want you, bro. She was my babysitter. So she was babysitting me, but she said she was teaching me how to have sex with her younger sister who was crushing on me. So I accepted it. I'm like, this is dope. And, you know, so what it did was create an imbalance. When you have sex too young, then it creates an appetite for sex.
That was my next question, man. Cause I know a lot of young ladies that was molested at a young age, and man, they sex drive so high, and you know, and it caused them a lot of issues when
real high sex drive. So it can do one or two things. It can create you a stigma to where you don't like sex, or it can create a stigma to where you can't do without sex.
Right.
So you know, you remember we played 21 Humps and High and Go Get It, and
spin the bottle,
all that kind of stuff in the hood, right? If you're from the hood, you know what I'm saying. And so I was too fast for those type of games.
But yeah,
I wanted to have sex for real. I don't want to humble on you.
Right.
I'm trying to tell a little young girl, let's spin around the corner and take your pants down.
Right, yeah.
She like, nah, boy, you ain't taking my pants down. So that's the kind of stuff that happen when you know, exposed to it so young. You don't think nothing wrong with it. You think that's kind of what it's supposed to be like, right? Until you meet the girls your age and they like, oh, he fat. Like, he really want to hump. Like, he want to do it. And so
that's why your wife and your she don't want y'all to sleep, man.
Is that what it is?
You know, I'm just messing with the term. I'm just talking trash.
Yeah. So man, I grew up a little bit now, but during those times, a lot of money, youth, you know, and the strong sex drive kind of like gonna throw you off.
Right, throw you off.
It's gonna throw you off.
You was in the Fast and the Furious lane for real.
Fast and Furious.
What was your wife's first reaction when she read your book for the first time?
She applauded me for being so candid. She was shocked by some of the things that I had survived.
she could read between the lines and she understood some things wasn't written that I had been through. But overall, she applauded me for being brave enough to tell the story.
Well,
you
yeah.
know?
And be vulnerable enough to share with
Be vulnerable enough to share. Like some people won't talk about being molested. It's different from being molested for a man than a woman, yo. So I think that's a shame that's put on people who've been molested by men. But for me, like I said, I was bragging about it, thinking it was the cool thing. I thought it was cool. And then I had a couple of little partners that was running with me. They have faced the same thing, just with different women.
Right.
So, these babysitters was molesting these young boys. And we was sharing a story, and it was our secret type of thing. We would talk amongst each other and say what they doing to us and this and this and this. We none of us thought it was molestation.
Right,
none
exactly.
of us.
Yeah, exactly.
We thought we were just being cool,
You and your wife came up with the podcast, Spotlight DMV.
Over the city.
Over the city, right.
Right. So actually I did.
You did.
So I'm the creator. So I created Spotlight Over the City in 2012 in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was shout out Robin Bryan. That was my co-host at the time. So we was, Robin.
Right, yeah.
You know Robin.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah,
working in the club?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Robin, let me see. She's in Atlanta now.
Light skin?
Dark skin.
Oh, okay.
You know him.
Robin, my girl.
Bryan.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
She
definitely know you.
Yeah, we always, every time we get together and I get down there, we always with each other.
Yeah,
that's my
Robin.
buddy. Yeah,
so
okay.
So I've been knowing her about 35 years.
Yeah, sweet.
So, yeah, she cool as a fan. So she was my first co-host ever in Spotlight. We started it together. So I came up with the concept and I pulled her in as my co-host. So we did it down there for years,
Okay.
I had guests and all this and that, but it was a little lighter. So to Terry's credit, Terry elevated it to another level. Because then after Robin, I had Dana Dane. You know Dana. She was my second co-host.
Okay.
Dana Dane when I got here. And then me and Terry connected, and Terry liked the product. And she kind of took it on her own to kind of help elevate it. And so to her credit, man, she a beast when it comes to this social media stuff.
Yeah, man.
All this stuff. I don't do social media.
Well, yeah.
I ain't into it.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah.
I'm not the social media guy.
All right, yeah.
I got dragged into it.
All right. Yeah, I followed her, your wife with the with her father, with the dad. She was traveling with her dad
and her
and the
mom.
mom, all that, man.
Yeah, man.
Mom a trip, man.
Off the
Yeah.
Shout out to her too, and Dave, man.
Right.
They dope. They dope people. Man.
You and your wife, y'all touch on a lot of topics, hot topics on y'all show. My question is, have it ever been a topic that y'all touched on and y'all bump heads so hard that it went home with y'all?
Man.
Y'all couldn't even, y'all beefing at home,
Oh
man.
man. So that used to happen quite often. So a lot of people didn't know. Well, we separated now, right?
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we separated, but that's still my girl forever.
Oh
like,
my God.
Me and Terry.
Sorry,
rock.
man. I admire y'all relationship for real.
We real locked
Right,
in. Like
yeah.
that's my friend.
Right.
So, but we would argue on the way to the studio.
Right.
So then I would have a pep talk with her in the parking lot. Cause see, I'm used to certain stuff. I don't wear it on my sleeve. So I say, look, we ready to do a show. You gotta suck it up. And she'd be looking at me like,
Right.
and I'm like, nah, you can't show them on camera, like that, or we can't do the show. Me, I can just suck it up and just wipe it off like we never was talking. She can't do that. She's a Cancer, so she's emotional. And so we had a lot of moments where a lot of people didn't know, but we had some tough moments on the way to that studio some days. And we left. We would leave always better than we came, right? For whatever reason, it would smooth the mood over during the show. But we would go home and have some real tough moments sometimes.
Okay. Well,
it ain't easy working with a mate.
Right,
with your mate. That's not an easy thing to do.
And even easy sometimes to live with, huh?
No,
to work
sir.
with, huh?
If you married, it's work.
Yeah.
And you have to be mature.
Right,
you have to be super mature. And you have to be built for marriage, I don't know that that's me.
Right. Yeah. Man, that hit me because I really admire y'all as a couple from outside looking at. I'm definitely not in your house to see what's the ins and out of it, right? But last question on that is, y'all gonna still continue the show?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good.
I don't know that anybody else would be a fit for the show based on the criteria of the show and name that song and all this. Because Terry can actually sing, like you always say. You always put me down about me singing. But
she got to sing you, Stay.
She got to sing me.
Okay, I'm
admit it.
Man, she got to sing
I'm
you,
admit it
man.
right here. Terry can out-sing me, right? And so
y'all understand, man. You had 5 businesses, man. You had coke.
Okay.
Let her have a sing.
Okay,
she
can sing. Okay, she crushed me at me in the singing. I talk trash, but she crushed me, right? And so anybody else that came along, I don't know that they could
make it work.
Right, yeah, because that cost doing that chemistry y'all had, it'd be hard to duplicate.
Yeah, it
It'd be hard
would.
to duplicate.
Yeah, it would.
Let's get to this movie, man.
Okay.
Stoners.
Man, let's do it.
Without a name, what made you come up with that title, and tell us about that movie?
So Stoners, so it's out right now, first of all, on Tubi. Make sure you get after this show, man. Y'all make sure y'all get over there and lock in on Tubi. Stoners with an S. So Stoners, man, came about during the pandemic. So I had a few other movies that was written already. Bigger budget movies. So when the pandemic came, I hated it. Like I hated it, right? So I sat in the house for a while, and I'm an ex-stoner now, but I was a stoner at the time. So I smoked heavy cannabis at that time. Even more when the pandemic hit, I was smoking that, right? So what it does for me is make me more creative, right? I think a lot when I smoke. So I came up with the concept of stoners because I was around a bunch of stoners, and they would do crazy stuff. Every day somebody would do something crazy, right? So for instance, one of my guys called me and he was like, man, I just crashed my car at the McDonald's. I got a flat and I'm holding up the line. But I got some weed on me. So I'm like, what? He's like, man, you gotta hurry up and come get me before the police come. I'm like, man, I ain't with you over this, bro. Like, come on, bro. And so these are the situations that I end up writing into Stoners as a real film. I wrote real situations into it and gave it a real plot. So you guys, it's not that a bunch of skits thrown up against the wall. It's not that, man. It's a real plot to the movie.
Plot to it, right to it. It's fun. I'm sitting there thinking your first hustle on the street was weed, and your first movie
was
weed. Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's exactly. And it was crazy though, big guy, is when I was selling weed, I didn't smoke.
Like, yeah.
I used to tell my youngins, weed make you dumb. That's what I would always tell all my youngins, man, weed make you dumb. We called it reefer back then, man. Reefer make you dumb, man. You don't smoke reefer. But they would be like, what is hitting like? You know, I had access to a bunch of pounds. They'd be like, what is hitting like? I never knew. I ain't smoke.
Right.
I don't know.
Then we in that age era when it was like, don't get high your own supply.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So we
So if you had it,
was
then you don't supposed to be doing that.
You're supposed to be doing it.
it.
But you had some hell of a courage there, man. You had one guy. I love my man.
He loved it?
No, yeah, the call him man. Goofy, man. We supposed to say hell too. I know he had that joint lit up, man.
Man, so this the crazy. He don't smoke.
For real?
He don't smoke. Paul Jerry, shout out to Paul Jerry, Pablo. It's about 3 or 4 of them that didn't smoke, right? And so I had a guy come on and drop about a pound or so of some real gas over there for him for the whole week. And I let them smoke all the cannabis they want every day. Yeah. So shout out Nucci, man. Nucci front porch. That was the house they lived in. They live in the front porch. That's the house.
Oh, okay,
right?
Okay.
And so we filmed in the very first day, man. And they smoking. Because I wanted to see could they handle their lines while they are high. I just wanted to sit back and observe, right? So I'm letting them get high. I'm letting them do their little thing. So we about to film and we going. And some said, too much smoke. Too much smoke. Right. It was the fire detector, the smoke detector. Oh, yeah, right. It was talking. Right, it says too much smoke in real life. So we had to roll the windows up and take a break and go out there. So I kind of cut back on the smoking from the set after that day. Right. But for the most part, man.
Yeah. And let me see if I made this so clear. You said the ones that did the smoke, did I miss something? You said you bought some.
Well, so it was nothing but real weed on the set.
Okay.
So they will bluff it, right? Okay. If you pay real close attention in the movie, you'll see that Goofy's never actually put a joint in his mouth and hit it the whole movie. Okay. The other guy, he would act like he was great hitting and he passing it, but he never actually partaking in it. Right. Never. And so, you know, they athletes. Actually, both of these guys box, Golden Glove champions, the whole 9. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, they was more just kind of faking it.
How much of the movie that was ad-lib during the movie?
Man, you had some good questions. Like, I'm gonna tell you the whole movie. So this is what I did. I'm not a comedian. Right. So what I did was I wrote the whole movie, of course, but I talked to each character, and I said, I want you to put your own spin on this character. I want you to become this person, right? Just follow the storyline so you won't go off story. Right. But take this into whatever direction you want, and that's what we're gonna do the whole movie. And so you would see as the movie developed, a lot of these people became the character while they were growing into it. Like they you know, like you see Jeff Shelley always got a pick in the back of his head. That's something he established during the first scene. And so the whole movie, he got a pick in his head. Right. You know, that's his character. So yeah, man, these guys. Shout out to my cast and crew, man. They did a phenomenal job. I couldn't have asked for a better production, and some of the lines that they came up with was incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the young lady, man? She's a hustler too. She be working.
Tyranny Franche, Jada, aka Jada.
Yeah.
Jada is the glue to the movie, man. Yeah.
She a workhorse, and I be saying from the outside. Outside of just watching her follow on social media,
She works.
she actually set me up for the interview on Spade's table.
Boom.
Right,
there you go.
but she a workhorse. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So
indeed.
you had a hell of a team.
Yeah, I was blessed, man.
Right.
I was super
Right.
blessed.
Did you personally finance the movie? You had it with funding, or how did that work out?
So basically, I started off funding the movie.
Sure.
I grabbed 2 investors, actually 4.
Sure.
And unfortunately for me, in the middle of the film, 2 of my investors kind of backed out on me, and that left me to have to fund the back end as well. So I ended up spending every dime I had on this film. Every dime.
Well, your whole time you been sitting on the couch, you been betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You been betting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you in full circle. You know what I'm saying? So you know, good things come out of it, man.
Yeah.
If I was interested in making a movie, man, from your experience, what advice would you give me?
I would say, take a class or 2 so you can know the ins and outs a little bit about the film game. And then I would say make sure you have some sturdy investors that put money in your hand prior to filming. Make sure you have your project solidified financially before you do it. Because that's the only hiccup that I had was the budget. Outside of that, we had great locations. Shout out to everybody involved. Salvera, my man Shoots, he wasn't even open yet, and we went over to Malvern. I think I'm saying the right name. Over off of Rhode Island. My man Shoots.
Shoot, that's my man.
Shoot, Don Shoot.
Don Shoot, bad boy. But
Don Shoot, bad boy.
This town, man. Did a lot of this town.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I got a lot of respect.
And can rap. I don't know if he messes with the mic no more.
Yeah, he can rap. Yeah,
real
for
creative.
Sure. Super cool dude. So he loaned us, free of charge, his dispensary before it even opened.
Right.
He even got a cameo in the movie itself.
Right.
I had a lot of good solid people. Nucci Front Porch, he in the movie himself. E-Class, my guy E-Class.
That's my man.
That's my guy too. Yeah. He in the movie. So I handpicked all these people for the movie. I casted like 95% of the cast.
Right. Well, that's that crazy, man. You got good alpha people, man.
You know what it is.
Ability to read people, man.
It don't take but a minute.
Yeah.
It don't take us but a minute.
That's a real good crew of personalities, hustlers, and brand guys that you selected right there.
Yep.
Man, look, I hope it goes to the moon, man. I hope you win all the awards you can win, man. And again, this right now is on Tubi.
Yep.
You
so it's gonna spread around. It's gonna spread around.
Platform. But I know everybody love that Tubi, man. Everybody love that Tubi.
Yep.
So yeah.
Shout out Tubi too, man.
Make sure y'all go get that movie, man. I mean, watch it. Spread the word, man. They say it's real funny, man. I'm gonna check it out tonight.
On
check
Tubi. Me out, man.
Man, we ain't going nowhere.
Oh, we ain't going yet?
We ain't going nowhere.
Okay, we still locked in.
We ain't talking about a law, man.
Okay, let's do it.
How did this come about, man? What made you do it?
Well, before I answer, I'm gonna be able to get you to sip it a little bit. You think I can get you to sip it a little teeny bit?
Let me see how this answer
shot glass or something.
How this answer sound, man? When I get tipsy, man, I get a little.
Yeah, it's
wrestling
all right.
All good people. Ain't nobody hit me mad at, man. The fight, man.
You at home? You at home? So the way this came about was basically I went to North Carolina. Shout out Melissa, my little cousin. She was down there and she had the recipe for it. And I'm a hustler, so I'm like, "What you doing with this?" Because once I tasted, I went crazy. And she was like, "I ain't doing nothing with it." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna be doing something with it, right? And I'm gonna break bread with you, right? We gonna be partners, cause I'm gonna put it in some bottles, right? It's too good to not do it." And I tweaked the recipe a little bit, made it a little stronger, and then I patented the situation to what I made, and I still make her a partner regardless. And so once we get it in the stores, I'm gonna break bread with her for putting me on game. But I'm just a person who see an opportunity, man, and if a person not maximizing it, I'm gonna try to maximize it.
That's good, man. You hustler, straight up that hustler, man. That's hustler, man. And is it so? Is it hard getting into the stores, or you word of mouth, or you out the trunk? I mean,
I'm master planning it right now. I'm out the trunk.
Okay.
But it'll be in stores soon. I'll be having a taste testing at Lax Liquor. Shout out Lax. But I'm doing the paperwork. So you have to get your licensing and all that stuff in order before you can get in the store. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. So as soon as I finish the process, then it'll be in all the stores, and actually it'll be online as well.
Right.
So I'm working on that now, and I'll be working with a few distillers and distributors to get it out there. So they first need me to, have the paperwork solidified. So that's what we're doing.
What's the most misconception people have about staying alone?
So a lot of times I have a serious look on my face because I'm a heavy thinker. You a crazy, we think a lot. And so sometimes I get caught in thought. And a lot of people say, you look mean, or they think I'm a mean person, or some I've heard he think he like that, this or that. That's most of the people don't know you, they just see from a distance type of thing. So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions. But when people get to know me, I think that they realize, nah, he cool dude. He ain't doing nothing. But yeah, sometimes people make assumptions like that. Yeah.
Okay. But it's just part of the show, man. I ask the host, so you don't have to partake in it, but do you have 2 or 3 questions you want to ask the host? Ask my guests. You have 2 or 3 questions you want to ask the host before we close out?
I got a few questions. So first of all, how did you sustain all days for so many years as a staple in this city with all the other brands amongst you?
Right, yeah. Customer service number 1, man. Try and good product. You know what I'm saying? Standing behind, what I believe in, and just try to be reasonable to the economy. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like you say, like a Gucci or Louis Vuitton, they don't care what's going on. The numbers is the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Is the numbers.
So I'm able to adjust to the economy. So that been one of the tricks. If it's rough out there, if the orange man playing, I dip a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else doing, I go up. But yeah.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to ask you is, how hard was it for you transitioning from your old lifestyle to a completely new lifestyle?
Believe it or not, it really wasn't hard because for real, the old lifestyle I was in it more because I wanted to be in. A lot of people be in that lifestyle from peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? So majority part of the time I was in that lifestyle, I was always in a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to make my own decisions. So, I knew once I took that little pension, went in for a little joint, you know what I'm saying? I knew, I had more, I wasn't just a one-trick pony, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get a chance to, shoot my shot at some other things.
All right. So the last question is, if you had all the money you needed, what would be your next dream situation as far as business is concerned? No money needed. You have all the wealth you need, and you just want to do a new business. What would it look like for you?
If I had all the money I need,
yeah, you could finance whatever business you wanted to get into. You wouldn't have to get a loan. You could just go and take the opportunity. What opportunity would you look for?
Good question. Whatever it be, it'll be something, because my goal, if I had that type of infinite bag, is to just travel the world, right? With my family. I'm real close to my kids, even though they're adults, but that I'm real close to them. I like to travel the world, man, and just live, born from country to country, island to island, and whatever we can do, whether it be some social media, tasting food, or selling product, man, just give my spurs. But that's what I would like to do and do with my family, man. Just travel the world, man, and just find a way to turn out the money, whether it be creative or content creating or something like that. But I would just like to travel the world.
That's it.
Man, okay,
I like
man.
it.
Okay, man.
I like it.
Before
I gotta get you back on the show. Look.
Before we close out, man, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to touch on or you want to speak on before we close out?
Well, I want to go back to stoners real quick and just let people know, if you're not a stoner, or you don't partake in cannabis, it doesn't mean stoners is not for you. A lot of people are like, well, I don't even smoke, and I don't. It's a plot to the movie. It's about family. It's about structure. It's about unity. It's a lot of different aspects that come out. It's not just about smoking weed. So just be clear, you can still enjoy the film. So make sure you support that film, and that's my project. That's my baby right now. And so my next project, I'll be filming in March. It's called So Far Removed, and it's actually about my life. So that's what I didn't mention. But yeah, it's called So Far Removed. It's based on a book, A Gangster's Cry. So you guys look forward to that, because that's gonna be a hard hitting movie. It's gonna talk about a lot of things that I didn't get to talk about in the book.
Right.
It's gonna display some of those things on film. Yeah.
Look, man, the name of the show is Changing Jewels, man. So when I close out, I like to see what jewel that I most picked up from the interview, man. I want to say, man, for anybody who listens, no matter what your age is, if you ain't learned nothing from Standing Alone today, is that believe in yourself, man. Bet on yourself. He better on himself in the legal world. He better on himself in the legal world, illegal and legal. And and he got real more heights to continue to climb. So you take them from the interview, believe in yourself, better yourself, man. Don't never give up, man. Thanks for coming on the show, Big Stan,
Hey,
man.
thank you for having me, big dog.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Curtbonetv, like, share, and tell a friend. And tell a friend and tell a friend. Peace.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days,